Fatma. Greetings from Gurcan Partners. Today, in this video, we will talk about buying a property in Hungary, investment trends, property market trends in Hungary for 2024. Today, attorney Budgeting Gurcan is with us from Gurcan Partners. How are you today?
Thank you so much. Everything is great. We are in Budapest at the moment, which is already lovely. Fatma, how long you are living in here, Fatma?
I'm living in here for 3 years.
2 years. What is your first impression about Hungary?
First impression, well, I like this country. I like Budapest especially. So I think it's a good place to live in.
Perfect. Yeah, actually, it's a very good point. Actually, for the investment and so on, which is very important because if the place is not good to live, or in the future, if you think that it's not gonna be better, then actually for the investment side, it's not that good side. It is Attorney Budgeting Gurcan, as Fatma mentioned. Today, first we would like to summarize you to latest trend in Hungary 2024, the real estate trends, and later we will give more details about the legal procedures, how you can buy as a foreigner in Hungary and even as a local, and then also we would like to give you more insights about the in general Hungarian property market. Shall we start?
Yeah, let's start. Let's start with the prices, property prices in Hungary. How are they? Are they appealing for the foreigners?
I mean, actually, it is very interesting. And before COVID, it was already increasing trend. During the COVID, by surprise, the rent prices was fall down. However, property prices didn't fall down sharply. Actually, for big properties, yes, but smaller ones or the like a 1 room, 2 room flats between 40, 50, 60 square meters, to be honest, that they haven't fall down sharply. However, 2022 was a very active year. I guess it was a kind of opportunity year after the COVID, and also interest rate was very low. In 2023, it was a very high inflation in Hungary. It was the second highest inflation in European Union, and because of that, the interest rate has been increased a lot, and then local purchaser start to interest less to the property market, and because of that, at the result, the property purchases sharply, not so sharp, but fall down a bit. However, something happened extra. Rent prices has increased in Hungary very much, and at the moment, Hungary was the second highest rent increase in the European Union after Estonia. But very funny and very interesting fact, in very popular countries like Greece or Italy, the rent prices has fall down. And it is kind of a very important actually indicator that, you know,
also
why
house prices. Yeah.
House prices too as well. Yeah, I mean, in Italy, in Greece, even in Greece, there's even golden visa program, and then it means that market was already so high. In Hungary, I would say that after 2023, since the market was a bit low, the prices at the moment are not so high, I will say. And but we will say one thing for sure, especially for 50, 67 square meter housing market, these prices will increase for sure. The main reason is that inflation is so high in Hungary. Because of that, construction prices has increased very sharply. Because of that, the property prices for housing market may increase this year, we expect. Second thing, that of course rent prices has increased. It will drag some people to buy the property, because if you pay so much rent, then why not to go for the mortgage? Very important, the mortgage was the highest, technically, the credit was very highest moment in 2023. I hope that from this year, mortgage prices will go down, and also it will attract more local purchasers as well. Maybe one thing that we can mention about Fatma, that about family support of Hungarian government. Hungarian government support to families if they have more than 1 kid or 2 kids or 3 kids. According to that, government offers Hungarian citizens very good interest rate to buy properties. Also, these programs also under consideration to actually make it more attractive for the Hungarians. So it means that local purchasers also may interest more. Yeah.
I have a question. Like you mentioned, golden visa program in other countries. I
Mhm,
wonder if
mhm.
Hungary has a golden visa program.
Uh-huh.
What is the price? What is the investment
Mhm,
limit for
mhm.
that?
To bonus that, you know, in across Europe there are several golden visa programs.
Mhm.
Of course, in among the countries where we work, in the 5 countries in the EU, that countries had no golden visa program. However, in Hungary now there's a new immigration law passed. Based on this law, from July, if nothing changed, then there will be golden visa program will come. I hope that one of the next videos we can mention about this program as well when we have more information. But at the end, it will be possible to get 10 years residence for non-EU citizens with the investment of 250,000 euro real estate bonds or 500,000 euro real estate purchase by the promise of 5 years holding. And also it will be for whole family, and then it will be valid for 10 years, which is quite long and attractive. But of course we will discuss it more. Also, this investment program may attract more foreign investor for the big houses as well.
Mm-hmm. And what about risks? Are there any risks buying property in Hungary, or is it like what are the advantages or disadvantages? You think?
I mean, as a lawyer, of course, we will give you more details about the legal conditions, how foreigners can buy house in Hungary. But in summary, what we can do that Hungary is the full EU member since 2004. Technically, it is a full EU country, full Schengen member, and not using euro, just the difference. And it is a kind of good advantage that, you know, as long as any legal problem or something happen, there is a European Court of Justice above it, and then, which is a very good legal protection if you compare with many other countries except outside of from EU. And about risk, of course, you're buying the house by Hungarian forint, and now probably you may rent it out by Hungarian forint. And Hungarian forint is a bit changing recently, a bit volatile, I would say. But actually, it's also a good moment because at the moment Hungarian forint has lost so much value, and it's a good time for the purchase house by euro in Hungary. And about renting in forint or euro, actually it's another thing. Of course, Hungary is not a big country, but still many options. For example, people coming from Switzerland, Germany, Netherlands, they are purchasing most of properties around Balaton Lake, which are more summer houses.
Yes, that is my next question actually.
Yes.
Like which regions, which cities are popular to invest in Hungary, like other than Budapest, Balaton, like
Sure. What are other options?
Yeah.
I mean, the main one is the Budapest, of course, because it's a capital and it's a beautiful city. Very welcome, everyone. And it is one of the safest capital in Europe, which is very important. And then the other thing that in Budapest, there's no racism you will see, or like you can feel much more comfortable than any other Western European capital. I expect that it will attract more actually Western investors as well to do this site, not just Budapest, by the way, for Prague and Warsaw as well, or Krakow. And about the Budapest, besides Budapest is a city with the population of approximately 2 million people. However, second biggest city in Hungary is Debrecen, which is a more factory city, and it is expected to be the biggest battery producing facilities in Europe. And it's the reason that there's already a price increase, and then there will be more. And in Szeged, which is another Hungarian city, which is very famous with the university, also one of the latest Nobel Prize winner is from Szeged, which is my university where I did my PhD. And I will say that Szeged is also kind of interesting because one of the biggest electricity vehicle producer is investing heavily to the Szeged, opening a huge factory over 5 billion euro, and it is a reason that Szeged also expected to increase some property price. And but as a foreigner, I will say that first maybe start with the Budapest, then step by step maybe change the portfolio, and yeah, I will say.
And what types of properties are popular among investors?
I mean, office was popular beginning of like 10 years before, I would say. At the moment, after COVID and so many companies passed to either remote or hybrid mode, and since then actually office spaces are not that popular, I would say. The prices may fall down a bit more, I expect. and but of course real estate experts will tell much better to you. And some big properties, like especially retail, is kind of problematic in Hungary. The SMEs are sometimes struggling, and then actually sometimes in the inside of the center of Budapest you can find actually very good price retail shops as well, which are kind of more opportunity. And on housing is always a good thing in Hungary, because Hungarians also tend to buy properties. Actually, it is a kind of a culture in some countries. They tend to buy property, sometimes not, and house market is, I guess, at the moment is very good.
Yeah, I guess that is all my questions. We covered like almost everything, how the market evolved during the past 10 years. What are the what are the trends, the most attractive destinations.
Maybe one last thing we can add, since actually we had already video about buying property in Hungary, the conditions, but I can summarize maybe very quickly that if you're a foreigner, what you need. And if you're a foreigner in Hungary, if you're EU citizen, then you don't need any permission, you can buy the property. To buy any property in Hungary, except agricultural lands, you need a lawyer, and without lawyer you cannot buy the property. And here we can help you as a Gurcan Partners law firm. And technically what we do, that we check the properties, we handle the real estate purchase contract, and of course we always deal with the seller as well. Technically all the conditions should be met by both parties, even escrow accounts and some payment style would be arranged, and if there's no mortgage. And then after the signatures we can proceed to the registration of the deed on the name of the buyer. But if you're not EU citizen, then you need a permission. This permission is not a big thing, and it is more paperwork. We can handle it within 1 month after purchasing contract. It has to be taken, and after that you can pay the rest of the money to the seller. But of course all these conditions are based on the parties' agreements. But it's very important that if you're coming from non-EU country, then we're very careful about this permission, because sometimes seller may not know it, and then these payment terms are quite strict. And then if you make any mistake, you may lose your deposit, which is in Hungary in general 10%. And also making offer to the properties is very strict in Hungary. And then you should make your offer based on the very correct forms. And then if you make any mistake during the offering, then you may be pushed to buy the property or pay the compensation, or as a seller you may push to sell your property. And it's the reason that this procedure should be organized from A to Z. And then after the purchase, the other procedure like a utility changes, and if you want to do Airbnb business, Airbnb licensing, which is a very getting a bit complicated, but of course possible. And then also long-term renting, it is rent contracts and so on, which are another issues. But technically during all the procedure A to Z, since as a Gurcan Partners we assist the foreign clients so far over 90 countries, I guess, in the global, I will say. And in Hungary I will say that's still a good place to invest. In person also I had several investments, and then I guess it will be good for housing market this 2024 as well. And then we welcome everyone to Hungary. And I don't know what is your favorite Hungarian food, I would say.
Well, I would say goulash.
Goulash, I guess the goulash. I mean, in Germany or sometimes in Vienna in the Christmas markets they make sometimes very good goulash, but in here also we have good one. And then thanks so much everyone. Don't forget don't forget that we are always answering the emails within 24 hours. info@gurcanpartners.com. Feel free to visit our website. We have Gurcan Journal. We have plenty of articles besides Hungary in 10 countries coverage for other investment. And then feel free to make a comment as well. In the comments we try to answer it, but in general we prefer by email, because we have like a whole team answering the emails very quick, but in YouTube sometimes we may miss it. And thanks so much, and I hope that this video will be the starting of the new concept, and then step by step we will discuss more about Hungary and other EU and across the world countries for the investment in corporations and other issues. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.